In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can close a trade with the Jupes Perps DEX. So here we are at jupe.ag. We've already clicked on Perps, we've connected our wallet, we have a trade already going, and in the previous tutorials we showed you how to put on the trade and also take profit and stop loss settings. So make sure you've watched them first. Now to close the position, we just simply click close. Here we've got a couple of options. Currently, I'm slightly in profit. I can either close the full amount, 100%, 75, 50%, or 25, or we can just type in how much we want to actually close. If we close 30 USD, we're going to receive back a very small amount here because the actual trade size that I put on was rather minimal. So we'll go with 50%. We have some close base fees, price impact, borrow fees. So there are fees that we have to consider, and then we go confirm. As we can see, there's a transaction. We'll approve this, and this is taking SOL from our wallet in order to close it. Let's go up into our wallet. We have 1.35 SOL. We'll go to our settings, and this was our most recent app interaction. So it's already closed here, but we may have to wait a short time to actually get our SOL back in our wallet. At present, July 2024, it's not obvious when the SOL is back in our wallet. So we have to keep an eye on our wallet quickly to make sure the SOL goes back in there. Sometimes it takes a few seconds, other times a couple of minutes. If it takes longer, like 10 minutes, you can jump into Discord, open a ticket, and put in your transaction ID. So let's just show you how to do that. We'll jump in here to our Solflare. We've let it load. We can go to our transaction history. We can see we've actually received back our SOL, but if we can't see that, we will just click on this transaction and then click here. This opens up in an Explorer, Solana.fm, and we still haven't covered Explorers in the tutorial series. You may like to use Solana.fm. It can be a little bit complex though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go to Solscan. Solscan generally has a little bit easier readability. We'll paste in the transaction ID and we'll search for it. And this shows our address. We are the signer and we spent some SOL in order to close the token account. In other words, to actually close off some of the trade. If we click on this as our signer, if we have a look here, we can see our instructions were creating a decreased position and a request to close it. So we should have our SOL back. Let's click on this one here because this one with the red icon means that the transaction actually didn't go through. It failed. So we'll go back here, we'll click on this one and then just click on SOL balance change. This is our wallet and we can see our Solana entered the wallet. So we did manage to close the trade. If we cannot see this sort of transaction, then we would find the transaction ID that created the decreased position. We would copy that, go into Jupiter's Discord, open a ticket, and give them that transaction ID. When you go to Discord or Telegram or even Twitter, make sure you're never ever talking with someone you don't know. If someone sends you a direct message, just ignore it and never ever put your secret recovery phrase for your wallet into any website ever. There are some scammers out there. So now we're back at Jupiter. We've partially closed the position, and if we want to close the remainder, we can just click confirm. Sometimes you may be in profit, sometimes you may not. Hopefully you're learning trading, you're making good trades, and this starts to become more and more profitable. That's all for this video. Catch you in the next one.